Good morning. Nigerian singer Davido is currently on tour in the US, but this has not stopped him from paying keen attention to the upcoming governorship election in Osun State. The singer, who has been vocal about his support for his uncle Ademola Adeleke, recently took to Twitter with posts letting Nigerians know that he will be in Osun for the election. According to the Stand Strong crooner, his uncle won't be robbed of his mandate to become governor this time around. He wrote, "Osun is not Ekiti, as our people will lawfully resist all attempts to rob them, as was done in 2018. July 16, we shall rejoice. We shall rejoice, sorry. See you all soon, but for now, back to the tour." In a different Twitter post, the singer shared a picture showing a branded bag of beans that had the name of the incumbent governor of Osun on it. He tagged the image, "Mumu Don't Do." So Samson and Margaret, this is not the first time politicians will come with rice, with beans, sometimes with wrapper towards election year.
Or noodles, actually.
Noodles.
Salt and all that stuff.
So me as a Nigerian, I'm seeing it as an insult.
That's how actually an insult.
Because I didn't tell you I'm hungry. So even if you want to persuade me to vote for you, why will you go as little as giving me rice, beans, gari?
Not even a bag.
Not even a bag.
You don't even have to tell them you are hungry. The average Nigerian has somehow body language, mannerism has shown to be hungry, because for them to have the audacity, I'll use the word audacity, the effrontery to do this, that means because people take it. If you turn it back in their faces, they won't come.
People don't just take it; they fight
for it. I've seen where they had to share noodles, about 4 packs of this tiny noodles. I don't want to call the brand, and salt and some scanty food stuff. It won't even do you for a week. It won't even take you up to a week, and you're fighting. That's why they have the audacity to do this. If you turn it back at their faces and say, "I do not want what you're giving to me. I want to make sure I cast my vote for who I want to," they will have the audacity to bring beans and whatever next time. But because we accept it, and they see us as hungry people, actually.
The issue is poverty has been weaponized over time by the political class, and you cannot, fault those who take this. That those who do not even know where their next meal is coming from, talking about breakfast or lunch or dinner. So once they have anything, thrown at them, they take it with, both hands. And that's where this class of people come into play. Mostly they are the ones who, in quote, will give you the grassroots support that politicians need. Because that's why you see them go to marketplaces and where have you. You hardly see those politicians go to corporate, companies to really, solicit for votes. It's oftentimes the marketplaces, places that are in quote deemed trenches, where they know they can weaponize, poverty to get people to vote for them. Now, in terms of votes inducement, this again brings into, the whole talks of vote buying and all. Vote buying comes in different forms. This is another form of vote buying. It may not be in cash. It may be in commodity, and that's what we see all the time. The fact that, what's the difference between take 5,000, vote for me, and, take 6 cups of rice and vote for me? It's virtually the same thing. The only difference is the medium through which it comes. One comes in terms of cash, the other in terms of commodity. Again, as I said, the political class, they've known how to, go about wielding poverty to get the people to vote. You and I may, resist that. Yes, the average person may, but the poverty line, how many Nigerians are, living below the poverty line again? So the vast majority would definitely still accept these things. And as I said over time, it's unfortunate that this is happening, but we cannot deny our socio-political reality that as a nation, we are poor as a people, and more importantly, that, our politicians will still continue to make use of vote buying, in our political process.
Okay, so I think there was a time in Ghana, there was this video that trended on Twitter that Ghanaian politicians were trying to distribute rice, but you saw those guys throwing them
back.
So I wish Nigerians can just...
It's difficult. It's difficult, really. I understand where you're coming from. See, again, we know where we want to be as a nation. We have those lofty heights we desire to, attain, but we have to look at our socio-political reality, the present. The truth is that several Nigerians who are really, really struggling.
Samson, but wait, you're talking Nigerians are struggling. So how far can 5 cups of rice...
I'm not justifying...
It's difficult, yet, but it's achievable, because Ghana is also an African country.
I've not said it's not feasible.
So if you collect like that small pack of beans and gari, you eat it maybe max 3 days. After
compared to your 4 years
now that's the issue. You see, again, I'm not justifying it in any way. I'm not saying, to eradicate vote buying from our system isn't possible. It's definitely plausible. The issue is this. You see, the average person isn't thinking, and when I mean the average person now, I'm not even saying the average Nigerian. The average person who is below the poverty line is not thinking about the next 4 years. You're the one thinking about that. The average person is thinking about, oh, the next day, you know, next meal.
Just like we had in Ekiti, you could see even
Exactly.
elderly men, women.
You understand? You have people who are aged, you know, women and all, who are meant to be like our elderly ones that are meant to be taking care of our elderly homes and all. You still have them, you know, queuing up to get some of these things. Again, the average person within that line, the poverty line, is not thinking about the next 4 years or next 1 month. They're thinking about, oh, this night, what will I eat if I get home? Oh, you know, this afternoon, I've not eaten today. That's what they're thinking. So that, you know, 6 cups of beans or rice or bread or whatever it is, they, in their own mindset or thinking is, oh, okay, I can eat this tomorrow, next tomorrow, you know, at least for the next 2-3 days, I have food to eat, and then afterwards we'll find out what to do again.
Okay, so let's take some reactions. Okay, because again, we know this is not the first time this is happening in Nigeria. So at underscore Nigeria says, shall we tell him about Adeleke's bread? Or we should just be looking at him in 3D? Because of course there was video of Adeleke bread, Adeleke Gari. So they had picture of Davido's uncle on it. Then at Adeniji Olufemi to say, I wonder what this politician takes the masses for. Are they slaves? Trusting you with the position you are today doesn't warrant you politicians to take the masses as beggars. Masses are not beggars. I think this sums it up.
It sums it up. It sums it up. I really hope that, you know, we get there. See, again, if the standard of living is, you know, good, if it's you know, improved, the average Nigerian won't have to bother about that. If you have food for, you know, at home for the rest of the month, you won't have to bother about 6 cups of rice.
But then, it's one thing for us we understand that Nigeria is like poverty-stricken already, but as a people, we could do better. You understand that you have to think of the next meal, but then common sense will make you realize this is 4 years of my life I'm giving out for a morsel of bread. Let me think about the future, more futuristic than
fancy. You know? They collected. Remember the last election, previous election, they collected rice. Possibly they collected wrapper. Where is the wrapper today?
I'm sure they will.
Definitely, and even the meal has digested and all, you defecated and all. I get the point. See. Again, we're saying all of this because we have food at home probably for the end of the month. See, here's what I'm saying. The average person on the streets, I'm talking about those who probably are struggling to even get a place to lay their heads at night. I'm talking about those who, you know, can't even afford basic, you know, things of life. These people do not care about the next 4 years. We have to be realistic about it.
Well, I understand.
As a people, we'll get better.
They should care. I understand.
When we tell them to care, the issue is this.
This is what I think.
If you tell them to care, where will they get their milk from?
No, this is what
tonight?
I think. I think there is need for more sensitization.
No doubt.
There's need to educate these people that, okay, you collect rice today, what will happen tomorrow? So why not, let's just do the right thing. Let's vote for the right person.
And sometimes the government is not really the cause of our poverty. Sometimes we are the cause of our poverty. So we cannot be thinking of what, I understand you don't have food to eat, but then what will happen after those food, after you finish that?
You know, I've had discussions with some of these people and they'll tell you, you know, in Yoruba language, oh, we know that and all of that, but the point is, oh, how will I get money to eat tonight? And who do this?
Because those are their concerns. Now.
And I think there's this impression of, okay, politicians at the end of the day will not do anything. So let's just collect this thing.
Exactly, that's the point.
Like this Ekiti election, I heard someone saying, they should collect the money. They should collect the money because at the end of the day, you can see the way Ekiti is. They won't work on anything. So they should just collect the money and enjoy it.
Again, it's the mindset and the reality that we live in, really.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, so to the second story. A Twitter user at Kayode Akintemi has called on Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun over the deplorable state of Sango-Ota Road. He wrote, "Dear Governor Abiodun, I schooled and traveled through Sango-Ota over the last 30 years. This is the worst it has ever been. All of us with friends, family, and business, all of us, okay, have friends, family, and business in the axis. I asking you to please do something about it as you ask for our vote for second term. We have PVC." So Kayode Akintemi is actually reminding Dapo Abiodun that we have PVC, and our PVC is our power. So Samson, you've been to Songo Ota access
Yes.
before. I think you're familiar with that road.
Although it's been about 2 years now that I applied, but I've been there several times, you know.
So, okay, you've been there. Okay, it's been about 2 years. What do you think? If you go there now, what do you think?
I think it's still deplorable. You know, that road, again, so many issues concerning the road, that those who, you know, come from the government's angle, the state government, you know, remember that access is like your Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway,
Okay.
which is a federal project, a federal road.
Okay, can you please hold on? Okay, I know there are concerns about, okay, it's a federal road, so the state is not responsible for fixing the road.
Yes.
So, but again, I'm going to refer to Dr. Abiodun's tweet in 2020.
Okay.
He said, "Let me Sorosoke. It is impossible for our state government to reconstruct any federal road without necessary approvals from the federal government.
Yes.
Yet we have carried out palliative works and will do more permanent work on this and other roads." This was in 2020.
Yes.
And this is 2022. The road is worse.
It's worse, apparently. You know, it will degrade and all of that. Again, see, it's just the way we have our system in place. Talking about federal roads, state roads, and state governments not being able to work on federal roads. I know the Fashola administration in Lagos had that issue as well when they were trying to work, you know, on one particular road within Lagos. Again, this is it. I understand the plight of the people there. It's really terrible. They can't commute and all of that. And then it looks like it's a death trap for those who are applying, you know, the motorists and all. We hope that the federal government does something. We've seen several, you know, reconstruction and rehabilitation works carried out on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The same thing should be, you know, done to the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway. I just feel sad for, you know, the indigents who live within that access, talking about Songota. But is he only Songota?
Well, yes,
You are
exactly.
Kute and
Yeah,
all.
I was coming to that.
Yeah,
Early
it's
in
not
the
just
week.
Songota.
Interestingly, we talked about this yesterday. Early in the week, precisely on Monday, the iBrand team visited Akute Ajuma Road. We saw how deplorable it wasn't even raining, yet it was deplorable. It was bad, it was terrible. Now, speaking to some residents there, they'll tell you how that bridge has been abandoned since 2012.
It was
yeah, 2013 they came, and right now people have built
And they
shops.
actually demolished some buildings.
No, the buildings demolished are still demolished. And now those presidents were not going to fix the road. People would have been having business already. Now those bridges, that bridge, whatever they constructed, took a lot of money. People have even built shop on top of it, which is already hazardous on its own. We spoke to some what do they call them, traffic wardens there. They say how when it rains, it's terrible.
Very
Enters
terrible.
people's shop, and to think that this is a border community with Lagos, that they should leverage on the fact that they are close to Lagos State to work on those things. And according to them, when they saw the press, they said, people have come again. People have always come to cover this and nothing has happened. The fact that they've even lost confidence in the press, who is supposed to be the fourth tier of the government holding these people accountable. So they see it coming out like, we've talked about this before. So many people have come to cover this thing from time immemorial, and yet nothing has happened. Lagos Ibadan Expressway is currently under construction from Bega axis down. But then we will have other roads that should... You go to Alagbado, you go to Akute, you can't even move. Your cars get bad. Vehicles, people having accidents every single time. It is disheartening, like I would always say.
So
and those are state roads, it must be said.
So let's take
roads. So what are you talking about?
So let's take some reactions from Nigerians. At particular 6, it is shameful that a governor like Dapo Abiodun will neglect Songo Ota, Agbado, Akute, and neighboring cities, despite how much revenue these cities generate. These people are not asking for too much. Just fix the roads. The roads keep going from bad to worse. At Jimmy_Sholanke, nothing is working in that area. From Benga to the current one Dapo, they are just dragging the worst. They are just dragging for the worst governor award. None do anything for the people. Then at Obiora M say, "Hey God, waiting will do our leaders. What we are asking is good road. Most importantly, all that we can figure out. We have Jane, that's for light. We dig out boreholes for water. We build our houses. Now just good road we ask. I saw L during my NYSC. That was like 10 years ago. At Soul Snail 681190 said, if I am a governor of the state, the worst that will happen is to open cooperative accounts and beg the citizens to contribute money. But I will make sure I fix this dilapidated road." At Pasque 01 said, all market sellers is selling good. Okay, he's saying all market sellers that sell goods towards
At the
Sango,
roadside,
that
yes.
they pay buy ticket of 100 naira every day. So they are paying their tax, whether directly or indirectly. But again, we can't even see it.
It is ridiculous. That's why I said, yes, if the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway is, you know, a federal government road, how about the state government roads, the Akute, the Alagbado, and the rest of them? Again, the governor is also liable in all of this. It's easy to say or tweet in 2020 that, oh, federal government and all, but how about the state roads?
No, but funny enough, 2020, they started some work on that road, 2020, because I saw some pictures online. So they were like, we're going to do palliative work now, but we'll do a more permanent work later. This is 2 years after.
And nothing has happened.
Just throwing blocks rocks on the
rocks
road
just to fill up potholes and all.
What was that? Come on, we saw that.
That's the way they do these things.
That didn't make
just
sense.
level with stones.
They didn't even level it properly to start
And
with.
it's quite shameful, really, because as against popular notion that Abeokuta, you know, being the capital, that's not the commercial hub of Ogun State. Sangota generates more revenue than any other part in Ogun State. That's for a fact.
Okay.
So it's quite shameful that the people there they have to go through that every day. It's really shameful.
But we hope for a better Nigeria.
We just keep hoping, like you said,
because they will still come and promise us, I'll give you good
and people will
roads.
still,
I'll give you free education.
People will still. Okay, funny enough, I wonder when they come up, as we wrap up now, when they come and say, I'll give you free road, that people are cheering, I'll give you education, and you're clapping. I'm wondering what's the special thing there, because for kind of that, that's your duty.
And I think
you come and you tell me you give me, you come and tell me you, like my parents that brought me to this world, tell me they will give me school fees and I am jumping. It's their duty. They should do that if you can afford it. But no, you're telling people and they're happy. He promised us road. Road is it's your duty. It's not something special. So
let's just hope really that you have leaders who are competent and can get the job done. Because sometimes in the process of holding them accountable, we find it difficult. A governor once told those who were trying to hold him accountable that you don't challenge constituted authority or something like that. You don't have respect for constituted authority.
Oh well. You can challenge authorities because we are all Nigerians, right? All right, thank you so much for joining us. Mercy Perpetua, a happy birthday to the two amazing ladies of iBrand. We have so many amazing ladies on our iBrandTV, but Mercy Perpetua, one is speaking. All of them, they stand out, their smiles, their work ethics, amazing. We love you and we appreciate all you do. And that's it on the show this morning. Thank you for joining us. We'll leave you with a quote from Jim Rohn that says, if you're not willing to risk the usual, you would settle for the ordinary. If you're not willing to risk the usual, settling for the ordinary is going to be the order of your day. You should talk about what's your grievance. Don't be usual. Don't be cheering people that promise you good roads and water. That's that's you being usual. Something messy.
That's up.
Speak up.
Speak up, right? So it's okay, like they say, but with wisdom. My name is Margaret Opera. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And I'm Mercy Emmanuel. Have a blessed day.
I'm Samson Lady. Do have a great day.